Yeah. Aw, man. You gotta start over. One more time. There we go. I forgot to hit the record button.
Hate when that happens.
Welcome back. Expecting Dad. Ryan Malott. Jeffrey Harfst. This intro's kind of long. But it's mine. Paid for it with my own money.
Well worth it.
How the heck are you?
Good.
So we were just chatting here a minute ago. It was, hold on a second. I'm looking at iTunes when the last time I did this podcast was somewhere around the time February 28, 2013. Wow.
4 years ago.
Yeah, for sure. Were you on one of these ones?
No,
I did
no,
a few
not one of these.
We did a few different podcasts, but yeah, and you were on some other ones, but
Yeah.
not the Expecting Dad one.
Nope.
So I take it, excuse me, I should probably tell some people, if anybody's new listening at all, what this is all about. So I started doing podcasts in 2010, 2011, somewhere in there. Man, sorry, I have like these I just slammed an energy drink, and now I got these burps bubbling.
Carbonation.
Yeah.
Get you.
So anyways, I did a bunch of different podcasts, this, that, and the other thing, and then one came up called Expecting Dad that I wanted to do when Trisha, my wife, and I found out that we were pregnant. So I had a bunch of different guys come on that had kids already, and they told me about life with kids and what to expect and blah, blah, blah. And it was a riot. We had fun. Man, when we were doing podcasts back then, they were like, I'm looking at some of the length of times on some of these, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, hour and 45 minutes. I don't think we don't need to do anything that long, but it's just crazy. It's 4 years have gone by. That was the last, so February 28, 2013, I think that was the last podcast I did, period. Because after you have kids, your life kind of stops for a while. So back then, I lived in, what house was I living in? I was living in Caledonia.
Yep.
So a good 25 minutes away. Since then, we moved to Granville, and then we moved from Granville to where I live now in Hudsonville. And we've also had a second child, Shay, since then. So I have two kids. Harper's 4, and Shay just turned 2. If anybody listening hears screaming and giggling upstairs, it's because Shay's wearing underwear for the first time.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, she's trying to get potty trained. She's doing pretty good for a 2-year-old. But yeah, so much has happened. Finally, I had this urge to get back into it, pulled out all my equipment, which I almost sold at one point. I was going to sell all this stuff for like $1,000. I'm glad I didn't. Pulled it all out, hooked it all up. Some parts broke, and I had to replace some things. Luckily, all the microphones and everything work. So I decided to go full blown with the Expecting Dad podcast. I don't. The other ones I'm not going to do anything with. I think one was called Verbal Train Wreck. One was called American, and I think I was doing one was more of like a radio show for Zerk.net. So I'm not doing any of those. Just Expecting Dad. Dump some money into a website. If anybody wants to go check out expectingdad.show, you can listen to the podcasts there. I do some blog posts on there and just post some funny pictures, and there's a couple other things you can do on the site, but it's pretty cool. I'm proud of it. Besides the website, yeah, social media, kind of get back in the social media train. Twitter, Facebook. I signed up for Instagram for Expecting Dad, but I haven't even opened the app, so I don't know. I mean, apparently Instagram is it's still really popular, isn't it?
Yeah, I
think
rarely use mine, and I've had it for like a year.
I think it might be more popular than Facebook. Facebook owns Instagram, though. Pretty sure. Anyways, whatever. I just know people younger than me talk about Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
And then people my age talk about Twitter, and no one really talks about Facebook. So I don't know. Maybe what we're doing here is super dated, but whatever. I don't care. It's all good. Maybe I should. I'm gonna check. I'm going to check to make sure. the Facebook thing is working, actually. I would imagine it is. Yep. Sounds good to me. Cool. So anyways, Jeff, I decided to do this, and I thought it was fitting that you should be the first guest because you just had a son.
Yep.
Jeff is my brother-in-law, the youngest brother-in-law.
Yep.
You and Ann have been married for how long?
Almost 5 years.
Okay, that's good. Andrea is my wife's sister. You guys just had a son, Tucker.
Yep.
What's his middle name?
Tucker Martin.
Tucker Martin, that's right.
Yep.
Aw, getting on our father-in-law's good graces.
Yeah.
Martin Schuling.
Yep.
Good stuff. Sorry, I keep looking over here. I'm toggling the two cameras I have. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit well, no. You don't tell me anything yet. Let me ask you a couple things first. So you kind of knew what to expect somewhat. You listened to the Expecting Dad podcast.
I used to listen to him.
But I have two kids. Our other brother-in-law, Andy and Lindsay, they have two kids now. So you kind of got your feet wet a little bit. Mm-hmm. So there was one, I did write down a couple questions just to kind of see what's going on here. What is different than you expected since having Tucker? So what's been happening or has happened that you really were not expecting at all? A surprise. What was some of the biggest surprises so far?
I actually think he's a really good baby. I think I expected him to like be a lot crankier, like cry all the time.
Yeah.
Not sleep ever. But he hasn't been like that at all. He's been a really good baby. He's slept good. He doesn't throw like any fits unless he's hungry, which is great. Cause it's kind of,
I feel like Harper was a pretty good kid. She was quiet. I don't want to say quiet, but she didn't fuss a whole lot. She was cool. She slept decently well, pretty quickly. Shay was, she wasn't too bad either, but Shay sleeps awesome. Like ever since she was a baby, always. We have to wake her up every day. She's just sleeping.
Jeez. I can hope.
Yeah, right. So you were surprised that your son is so good.
Yeah, I know. I was.
Count your blessings, man. That's pretty lucky because on the other podcast, I've heard so many horror stories about other people and oh my gosh, my kid just cries all the time, or they have issues, or they can't eat something, or drink milk well, or whatever. So
yeah,
it's
luckily we don't have any of that. We're trying out different formulas because he's a little gassy. Maybe that's normal in babies.
Kind of, a little bit.
But we've been trying out different things. One of them helped, one of them didn't. So we're trying to find that middle ground and actually get something that's going to work.
How old is he again?
He is 2 months today.
Today?
Yep.
So he was born today is still March.
Yep, 31st. He was born on
January 30th?
January 31st.
Ooh, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
2017 baby.
Yep.
Dang.
Yep.
So we were just at Harper's kindergarten orientation or something like that, and a bullet point on the paperwork said class of 2030. I'm like,
Jeez.
What? That is insane.
Yeah, I know. I think I saw your post about that. It's crazy to
Snapchat. Another social media.
Another
thing.
social media.
So if I'm hoping my kids one day will listen to these, it's man, I wonder if Facebook's gonna still be around, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. What else is there? It's got to be something else. Tinder. Grinder.
Let's hope they're not jumping on those.
Yeah, no, but those things aren't gonna exist anymore.
I know there'll be all new versions of everything we have now.
They're gonna be like the internet, man. That's so old school.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking about that the other day. I remember when there wasn't internet.
Yeah.
And if there was, nobody could call your house because it was dial-up.
Man, I remember dial-up for sure. How old were you when you got dial-up internet?
Oh, man. When did it come around? I was younger.
I remember it coming out.
Remember.
We got AOL 3.0 or 2.5 or something. I want to say I was probably in maybe 5th grade-ish, somewhere in there. I don't know what year that was. Mid-90s. No, early 90s.
I was born in 88, so.
Yeah. Huh, whatever.
And DSL was a big thing all of a sudden. And
Yeah, DSL, when I went to college, got DSL. Like, we still had, like, I want to say it was dial-up internet, but not through AOL, like, when I was a senior in high school. I don't think, like, well, cable internet or Yeah, no, there was DSL. Yeah, I did have that. But it was, like, super high speed when you got to college, and you're like, oh, my gosh. Yeah, DSL in 1999 was probably 2 megs down. And right now I probably have 80 or 90 or something like that.
yeah, it's crazy.
Pretty legit. Okay, back to kid talk.
Yep.
What are you looking forward to the most in the near future and in the far off future with having a son, or possibly more? I don't know.
I mean, I think right now in the near future, I'm just excited to see like how he's gonna be able to interact with us more. Like he's already started smiling a little bit. He'll giggle. We're just starting to be able to make him smile. I mean, for a while now he's been smiling like in his sleep constantly. But yeah, I think I'm ready for him to be able to like interact with us and like be able to see what's going on.
No, you're not. You're ready for him to stop whining and be quiet and go to bed like me.
He does that.
I'm just joking.
He does that.
I'm kidding.
I don't have to complain about that. He sleeps good.
What about the far future? Like, it could be like, oh man, I don't know, a year or two now, or like 15 years from now. Do both. Do a couple. Like when he's 2 or 3, what are you looking forward to? When he's a little kid.
When he's a little kid, just to
my kids.
Like your kids, just to be able to play with them. I mean, I have a great time playing with your kids and Andy and Lindsay's kids, and so just be able to like go outside, run around, horse around kind of thing. But man, like 15 years down the road, jeez, I don't even want to think about that because then I'll be old.
When he's starting to drive.
Oh man. Oh, drivers, that should be fun. Probably just like
sports. Yeah, I was thinking you're a sports guy, so you probably want to like. Hopefully he's like playing baseball or
we'll see.
Football or whatever.
We'll see. Yeah, hopefully he'll be big into sports, and I don't know. We'll figure that out. I guess when we get there.
I have anything to do with it.
No, he's gonna be.
Sports are for dorks. Computers and internet are for the cool kids.
He can have both. So that way he'll be like.
Actually, I ran cross country and track in high school and in college, so. I can't really talk that down. I just wasn't coordinated enough to do anything like with a ball or paying attention, just running in a straight line or in a circle.
You're
Easy.
really good at that.
And I was good at it. I mean, it was like the easiest thing. People are like, oh, how could you run 3.1 miles as fast as you can?
How do you run 3.15?
Dude, because that's all you have to do is just run. The only thing you have to learn is how to run faster and longer. That's all you have to do. You don't have to learn about how to do a layup or dribbling a ball or kicking a field goal or hitting a ball with a bat. That stuff's a lot harder, I think.
To me, that's so much easier than run. I cannot run. I'm not a runner.
Well, you can run. Everybody can, unless you are unfortunate where you're in a wheelchair or something. You can't run. True. You can run. So the only thing to learn is how to run better and better and better and better. That's the only thing you got to do.
And I remember even playing baseball, we used to have to run poles or as pitchers, and nope, I did not enjoy that at all. That was the worst part about every practice.
I remember football players always having to like do sprints or whatever, or maybe even basketball players, and they always just hated that.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that's the easy stuff, man.
Running is just not my thing.
But you know what's better than sports? Video games.
True.
Jeff and I have a long history of video game playing.
Very.
So that's probably something that's changed since you had Tucker. So before, even while your wife was pregnant, but way even before, so Jeff would come over like once a week, and we would play Hearthstone,
Overwatch.
For a long time, like I want to say over a year, it was like hardcore Hearthstone. We'd throw up on my TV like 4 different streams of guys playing Hearthstone. We'd crank up the music. This is when I lived in my last house, so it was like a 2-story house. So we're in the basement. No one could hear us. We're being loud. Oh, man, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But then, I moved and things got busy. We played less and less and less. Then your wife got pregnant, and then we played together less and less. But then Overwatch came out. We're obviously big into Blizzard video games, not just any video. Well, you played.
I played a whole.
You
bunch of
play
stuff.
like Xbox games and stuff too. So we got into Overwatch, but then, yeah, stuff started happening, and you couldn't hang around as much, and obviously understandable. Your wife was pregnant. She had Tucker.
Yep.
And then how long did you go without playing video games at all? Weeks, that month, the whole last 2 months?
I mean, I still played, obviously, like, could play on my phone or tablet, like, if he was
Mobile
sleeping.
games.
But when it came to, like, console gaming, there's a long, I mean, I could try to sneak it in here and there, like, hey, I might get one night, but I think there was probably, like, a 3.5 week period where I didn't even touch it.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds about right. It is nice when he gets old enough where he's like going to bed at like, or reiterate, before we started recording here, you were talking about how he's been sleeping lately. How what's his sleep schedule like?
So
right now?
lately we started our bedtime like routine. We feed him and all that at like 7:30, and then usually takes about half hour, 45 minutes to eat, so he's down by 8:15. And in the beginning he was sleeping, waking up every 2.5, 3 hours. He'd want to eat again. But the last, like, besides last night, the couple days before that, he was sleeping from like 8 to 1, and then he slept from 8 to 2 the next night. So we were progressively like moving up 5 hours, 6 hours. So that was good. You know, we were all excited. And then yesterday he had to get his, shots, and
Ooh, that probably wasn't good.
yeah, no, he didn't enjoy that, and I think that just might have thrown him off a little. Last night was
When you get to a
rough.
point where it's like 7 o'clock, it's bedtime. Like he's 2 months old now. I don't know when that'll be. Maybe 6 months. I don't know. I forget when it is when you have a routine bedtime and they sleep through the night. Hopefully, at least my kids. It was 7 o'clock for the longest time, and they would not wake up or bug us or anything until they had to get up at 6:30 or 7 or whatever. Whatever was going on the next day. And that's awesome. Then it's like 7 o'clock, the kids are down. Boom, play some Overwatch for like 3 hours. Then go to bed.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, luckily, I mean, not last night. Well, yeah, last night and the night before, I was able to do that because he had been sleeping so good. So, because he'd been waking up at 11, we'd put him down, Andrew, because I had been working, put him down at, like, fed him at 7:30, put him down at 8, and then I stayed up later, at least until 11, just in case he did wake up and wanted to eat. But, so I could, get some gaming in even in then, and luckily he didn't wake up. He just slept through, and everything was good.
Yeah. I don't want us to sound like just freaking nerds that all we think about is just video gaming.
That's
and
all
we're
right.
not taking care of kids. You don't play any sports right now, do you?
No, I used to play softball, but I stopped that.
Yeah.
way
Oh, yeah,
back
that's
then.
right. When Andrew, or when you had Tucker, probably. Or
Yep.
that would have been the last season. Yeah, you've been playing softball for a while. Are you going to play this year at all?
No.
Or no?
Nope.
Maybe next year? We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Or are you just ready to be done with it for a while? Because
I
you were like hardcore softball
yeah,
player.
we played for.
You played for like
5 years in a row.
And you played for like 2 different teams, didn't you?
I played for the
Some
same.
years?
Well, yeah, in a couple years I played for 2 separate teams in the same like fall or summer season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I
too
wouldn't
much
like to
activity
just.
for me.
I wouldn't like to just stop. It'd be Andrew and I had actually talked about seeing if I could figure out find enough guys maybe to like just create a fun little like guys league, guys team to join up. But as for like the people,
As opposed to a not fun guys league
Well,
that you
like-
were in, like because those are boring leagues or something.
no, they weren't necessarily boring, but it was just very time consuming. And I mean, we were good. Don't get me wrong.
'Cause
I
you
loved
guys are-
playing with those guys, but
A little more hardcore than you.
Yeah.
Like, you mean play with guys like me where we're just like, "Ah!"
yeah,
Show
more
up-
horse around, like no
show up
big
5 minutes
deal.
before and laughing and
Yeah,
I don't know what would we do.
Have-
I don't know, just not caring if you don't catch the
Yeah.
ball. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna run after that.
yeah, I mean,
Uh,
yeah, I'm a competitive person, and the last
maybe
the
eat some
guys I played-
cheeseburgers in the outfield.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, it was pretty competitive for the last few years, and it was all fun. We did great, won a bunch of championships, but
What were your team's names? I know I keep asking you questions, then I continue talking.
that's fine. We were Gravy Train,
Gravy Train was our team that I was on with you.
and then yeah, so that was with all of us, and then I played on another team that was called Becky and the Jets,
Becky and the Jets.
and that was I knew a guy who I used to play baseball growing up with was on there, and that's how I got started on that team.
Cool. Does he have any kids?
He does not.
Does he want to be on Expecting Dad? Just joking.
Yeah.
I need to drum up some more guests. Oh, and I completely interrupted you. You were still talking.
Oh,
okay,
no.
keep going.
It's fine. I was just thinking, what if our team name ever changed, but it didn't. It just stayed the same. Even though this team name we created off of some of the people weren't even on that team anymore, and we just kept it and had a good time with it.
I am kind of looking forward to kids doing sports. So Harper has done 2 different swim lesson classes, which has been cool. The first one, she was little. She was probably Shay's age, 2. And I would be in the water with her.
Yep, I remember going to those.
Yeah, and it was just like singing song, like not just making sure they're not scared of the water kind of deal, or getting them used to the water. That was cool. And then we just got done. Now she's 4. She just got done with swim lessons where the parents back off. They can't go in the water, and we're watching. My daughter's 4, dude. I have videos of her jumping off the big, frickin' diving board.
That's awesome.
I cannot believe it. She was mortified to go underwater before this. I know the first round of swim lessons helped a little bit, but even taking baths, she hated like getting her head wet or going underwater. She would just scream bloody murder. So I was like, oh great, this swim lessons is going to be a little crazy. But she did pretty good. She was still scared, but I think she got over it. And by the end of it, man, I could not believe I can't believe they were even having these 4-year-old kids jump off the diving board. Like what in the world? No freaking life vest or nothing. Nothing. Because they were very good at teaching the kids, how to float and do all this stuff. So it was awesome. I highly suggest doing at Granville Middle School. It was the swimming lessons. They were awesome. Now Harper's doesn't care about getting in the water at all or getting underwater. So
hey, that's a good thing.
So that's just swimming. I'm looking forward to something like, she did some like ballet dancing too. But something like t-ball. What else can little kids do? Soccer. Soccer is a big little kids one.
Big one.
We have a lot of that around here. Well, I got soccer fields we can walk from our house. Hopefully she'll get into something there. That'd be cool. But I'm curious to know when she gets into junior high, high school, what she'll gravitate towards.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine a good portion of kids try sports somehow, right? So I'm wondering what she'll want to do. I didn't try, some kids will try everything. And I just what did I do? I think I tried out for basketball once. It was terrible. When I was in 7th grade, realized that wasn't for me. I was on the bowling team for 1 season, and I was like, wow, this is stupid. then it must have been running. I never did football. I never did soccer, never tried baseball. I was like, man, running's easy. Let's do that. And I just was doing that. I just wonder what she's going to be like, or what Shay's going to get into. I apologize. I keep freaking burping.
I'll get you. Yeah, I don't know. Because I did basketball, football, baseball up until high school. Then I got cut from basketball, which turned out to be a great decision.
Because you're terrible, or what?
I'm horrible. It was basically something to keep in shape.
Were you the mascot
over the winter? No, I was not the mascot. And then once it came to, I played football and baseball up until my junior year. Or my senior year, actually. I played football my junior year. And then quit that and just focused on baseball. And, turned out to be a great decision. So, yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what he gravitates to. Maybe he'll be a swimmer. I don't know. He loves bath time. Yeah. That's his big thing. He hates having his clothes off unless he's in the bath. And he smiles and laughs the whole time he's getting a bath. Good. So, maybe he'll be a water.
Do you guys do the sink bath still, or
nope.
Is he in the bathtub?
Yep, he's in the bathtub.
2 months? That seems like it's pretty good.
His little angled chair thing. I don't even know what they're called.
Oh, yeah.
With the holes in it.
Did you get it from us? Because I know we had something like
probably.
that. That's another good thing. You get so many free things from
everybody.
Clayton is the only boy child, so you probably get some clothes from him.
We've got a ton of clothes from him.
But so I can't help you there. But a lot of that other baby stuff or little kids stuff or whatever.
It's nice. It's helpful to know. You guys had this. This worked good. This didn't work good. Don't buy this. You should buy this. Saves us from all the trial and error of everything.
Is there something that you guys have purchased, either got as a baby gift or had to buy, that you're just oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever? I could not imagine not having this.
Right when we first brought him home, his motorized swing, he slept awesome in that thing.
Not the rock and play thing.
Not the rock and play.
That's something different. I remember there's a difference. This is the motorized swing. Yeah, it's
like
the
arm like a basket, and it swings back and forth.
Does it do the sounds?
The sounds. It has the mobile. And everything on it. He loved that thing. That thing was
legit.
awesome. And he loves his rock and play. He sleeps in that thing when he won't. We try to get him to sleep in his crib. Been working on it. Sometimes he's great. He'll spend the whole day in there. He'll sleep in there at night. The next day he wants nothing to do with it. But put him in his rock and play and he's out. Sleeps great. So those two things.
So he's been sleeping in the rock and play like all night, or like for naps and stuff?
No, usually for naps we try to put him in his crib. If he doesn't sleep in there, he's got a vibrating like rocking chair that turns into a bed.
You were gonna say he's got a vibrator. I was like, what in the heck?
No, it's like a vibrating rocking chair that has a leg that pulls out, turns into a bed. So then he usually sleeps great in that when he's wants nothing to do with his other two beds.
Besides having to get up to eat, it sounds like he does sleep pretty well.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're surprised at how...
Yeah.
You're surprised at how easy having a kid is, seriously. Right? Is that what you want to say?
It was way more...
I've said that and I've gotten in trouble so many times. I've joked around and said that and got slapped.
It's true, though.
Bam!
Like,
women just slapping me.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we're just super lucky. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like we got really lucky with both our kids for sure.
Yeah, he's great. He fusses a little bit, but he's usually hungry. You feed him, and then you can lay him down, do his tummy time. He'll play on his back. He likes his little play toys. It's awesome.
So yeah, hopefully that'll sustain, and he'll just be a chill kid.
Yeah,
and not be too
that was
crazy.
even in the hospital. They were just like, he's chill. He's a chill baby.
Yeah.
They pulled him out and didn't even hardly cry, and they gave him, cleaned him up, and they were like, man, it's a chill kid. He doesn't make a whole lot of noise.
That's awesome. So yeah, anybody, we're Facebook Live in this right now too. There's a couple people watching, but it's kind of easy because I was like, oh man, should I do these, record these with video and throw them on YouTube or whatever? And I guess I could do that, but putting it on Facebook is just easier for people to get at videos. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I just started talking about this. It just popped in my head. But yeah, the podcast will be on iTunes. I used to do Stitcher, but I don't even know if anybody does Stitcher anymore.
I don't even know what it is.
That's
honestly.
it's just like a podcast app.
Oh.
Not necessarily music, but like news and podcasts and like junk like that. I don't even think anybody uses it anymore. iTunes seems to be the most what people use. And like I said, you'll be able to stream this audio and maybe the video on my website, expectingdad.show. So yeah, what else you got for me? It's your show now. I'm gonna take a nap.
It's my show. You're taking a nap.
Joking.
Jeez, what is this, like free beer and hot wings?
So, when we were talking about gaming, you were talking about your tablet or your phone or whatever.
Yep.
Something else Jeff and I play a lot is we played Clash of Clans.
Yep.
For years. I played that game for like 5 years. Finally was able to give it up. You didn't give it up. You kept playing, and I quit like over 2 years ago, maybe a year ago. I don't know. Yeah. I quit a while ago, and you still play that one.
Yep.
But then
here and there.
And then their other game, Clash Royale, came out, and I play that pretty religiously. Yeah. And I have since. Well, it's right now. It's been out for a year, I think.
Yeah, just about maybe a little over. Yeah, I play that more than I play.
Be completely honest here right now with me, okay? How much money have you spent on Clash of Clans, and how much money have you spent on Clash Royale?
Clash Royale, 0. Wow. And then Clash of Clans was only when that Free My Apps. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Where you just had to play random apps and they gave you credits and you could redeem those for gift cards. Yeah. That's the only thing I used.
Wow, so you actually never spent
a single
money.
dollar of
your wife should be so proud.
Real money. In those gift cards, I don't know, probably like $50.
Yeah.
But it was free, so. And that was when the game was, I just got into it and this and that. But, yep.
I forgot to say the stipulation on that question is you can't ask me the question. I'll tell you, though.
Fair enough.
Dude, I spent so much dang money. Clash of Clans. A game on your phone. I bet you I spent maybe $50. Like, probably in the first, 9 months I played. So I played it for over 4 years. After the first year, I never spent money on it anymore. Probably $50, $60. Oh, buddy, in Clash Royale, it's been out for a year.
They got all the sweet deals.
I have probably spent, I have 2 accounts, too.
Right.
I've probably spent $120 on this dumb game on your phone. Oh, my gosh. That's sickening.
But at least you're good, so it paid off.
It is fun. I still get fun. It's like I get super frustrated. It's like the games that are really fun are the ones you get really ticked at. Mm-hmm. Because, well, I guess if you're competitive and you're trying to do it to be the best you can be, like I do, and you lose, you get pissed.
Been there.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I spent so much money on that stupid game. But on the other hand, I don't feel it's so bad because I don't play Xbox or PlayStation, so I don't like buy console games all the time. I do have a computer, and I buy computer games once in a while, few and far between. Like I bought Overwatch. I used to be a huge World of Warcraft fan, so I bought all those expansions over the years. I bought literally every Blizzard game. And outside of that, like I'll get like Fallout 4 was on sale for PC for like $8. So I was like, oh, I'll buy that and play it someday. But I don't really buy games, so I guess I don't feel too bad.
Yeah, I used to buy a lot of when I was playing, Xbox 360 back in the day.
Yeah, you'd have like a stack like 20 different games.
Yeah, I had more games than I knew what to do with. But I mean, that was when I was playing games hardcore like 8 hours a day with my camp friends.
How did you have time to play video games for 8 hours a day?
I don't know. I didn't do anything else in my life. Yeah.
I mean, I've been known to play games for 8 hours a day, but it was like from like evening till like 3 in the morning or something like that, and then get up and go to work, and you're like,
no, I
fail.
I mean, even now, like if I have to get up and work, and like by like midnight, I'm like, okay, enough's enough. I need to go to bed.
I wonder what games are going to be like in the future when our kids are playing. Oh, that's
all going to be VR.
Yeah, virtual reality, and who knows what else.
Yeah.
My Harper, and not so much Shay. I don't think Shay quite understands like video games or anything like that lately. But they both have iPads, so they both have some games on there. But Harper, she's like, yeah, games are cool. She always wants to. If I'm playing Hearthstone, she wants to mess around on it, or Overwatch, or whatever. But she'll be like, oh, let's play video games. I built when that classic NES came out, that was sold out, immediately. I built one on a Raspberry Pi and loaded it up with some games. And there was like some Mickey Mouse games I remember playing when I was like a little kid on Nintendo. Got those and showed those to Harper, and she just went bonkers. She loved it. She couldn't really figure it out too well because it's like she's looking at this old school Nintendo controller.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck is this? Because we have an Apple TV, the newer version, that has some games on it, and she uses the remote to play games on there, and she's killer. She's awesome at that. But then she looks at this old school NES remote, and she's like, what the heck?
How does this work?
On the Apple TV remote, it's like literally no buttons. Right. I just move it around with my thumb. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I'm curious to know what kind of gaming it'll be like for kids. I mean, I doubt my kids are really going to get into gaming, but maybe yours will.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's all going to be VR. Like you're going to use your body. There won't be any more like controllers, nothing. It'll just be all your body, and body movements will determine what happens.
Man, virtual reality is big now. Like every year
is big.
At those like CES conference, or not conferences, but what are they called? Like the Consumer Electronics Show. Yeah, shows, I guess, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
They're always debuting some new VR thing, or now it's just like VR's there. There's equipment, so now it's like VR games. They're just showcasing new VR games here and there, and I just hear crazy things. But yeah, I'm excited to see when my kids are in high school, like what they'll be doing game-wise.
I think they're trying to bring back a lot of the old school stuff because like they just dropped the Nintendo like Switch, which is kind of a combination of old school and new school.
Yeah,
like how it works, and
true.
They tried to remake the NES, and at Christmas you can get the old Sega systems and those from stores, Atari systems. So
true that. Man, I wonder what the internet's gonna be like for our kids when they get older.
Probably insanely fast.
Who knows? Do you know what cryptocurrencies are? So you know what Bitcoin is?
Yeah.
So Bitcoin's a cryptocurrency, and now over the last, I'm not an expert, and what I'm saying, I might sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I know very little compared to other people I know and what's out there. But there's like networks that are built by developers that generate other cryptocurrencies. Like you could literally, if you knew what you're doing, you could create your own Bitcoin style currency. It wouldn't really be worth anything unless you put all the extra work like the guys did with Bitcoin. But I've been looking into it, and there's like 50 different types of, digital currency that you can get involved with, and you can like buy it for real money, and you can get these electronic wallets and do all this stuff. And it's kind of like it's like the early stage of the game now, so it's almost like you're investing in it because you buy something and then it actually goes up in value. So I just got into one called Ethereum, which people are saying it's going to be the next big thing. It's going to be better than Bitcoin and blah, blah, blah. So I've actually put some money into that and made some money already
Nice.
on it. But I'm just wondering, like, is that going to be, when my kids are in high school, like, are we going to have dollar bills anymore? Is it just going to be all this stuff? And just blockchain technology is like
you don't even need cards anymore. You can just pay with your phone.
Yeah, true. It's just so nuts and that's just, let's say, so Harper's 4, 10, 12 years from now, so much is going to be different.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Oh.
Absolutely. I feel like I had another question I was going to ask you, but I can't think of it off the top of my head, so whatever. Do you think, is Tucker going to be the only one, or you guys?
No, well,
you think you're going
to have more.
Yeah? Very nice. You have a dog, too.
We do have a dog. Sophie.
She's a little, what kind of dog is she?
She is a Yorkie Jack Russell mix, but she was the runt, so she's this little 5-pound tiny dog.
She is super tiny. 5 pounds? I thought she was like 1 pound.
No, she's a whole 5.
But yeah, so has that been a handful at all, or has she been okay? 'Cause some dogs, adjust differently when little kids get brought in.
She actually has been really good. We can tell she doesn't get to, obviously she doesn't get to play as much as she used to, or run around as much, but she has been good with Tucker. If we would put him in his swing, and if we went to the other room, she would lay down in front of him and kind of watch out over him, what's going on. Good. If he cries, she runs up and jumps next to him and licks his hands, or will try to lick his face. Hey, what's wrong? She brought him toys one time when he was crying.
What the heck? Because your dog likes to chew my kid's toes, and my kids are scared to death of her. What is the deal there?
It's because it's her brother.
Oh,
it's not these crazy kids running around in her house.
I'm exaggerating a little bit, actually. Yeah. But Shay
Yeah,
Shay yelled
Shay will play with her.
Yeah. And it's not, maybe it's, I don't know. And I've probably only heard that a handful of times ever in 4 years.
Yeah, she has some weird obsession with feet. I don't know. She was doing it to my dad the last time he came over.
Yeah. Like my dog Monkey likes to hump.
Yeah.
My
she did
monkey
it when I walked in today.
Yeah, my monkey is a female, so she shouldn't feel the need to do that anyways. But she only does it she doesn't do it to us. She does it to you and my sister-in-law, Lindsay.
Yep.
And that's about it. Yeah. But but Monkey was really good with kids, too. She's always been awesome.
Yeah. And I think it'll be real good once Tucker's old enough to obviously throw a ball. Her favorite thing is fetch, so as soon as he can throw a ball, they'll be best buds and keep her busy for hours.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome with Harper. She can let the dog in and out to go to the bathroom now, so I don't got to do anything. I need to teach Harper how to feed her and give her water. I don't know. She should be able to do that. Let's get some chores going, 4-year-old. I cannot wait for chores.
Start paying her allowances.
I give her money some. Yeah, you're right. At some point, 4 is probably young for an allowance, in my opinion. But 4 is not too young to start doing chores. I guess I can consider letting the dog in and out as a chore.
Yeah.
She can't vacuum yet, but dang, she could probably feed the dog. What else, man? What else could a 4-year-old do? Probably not dust.
No.
Because if she tried to, she just probably would suck at it.
Or just take it, think it's like a fun toy and just be flinging it around.
She's seen us clean enough where I think she would try to dust, but she just, I remember even being in high school, we had chores, and I would just, try to get it done as fast as possible, not paying attention, not putting any effort into it, and then my mom would be like, "Did you dust the living room?" Like, yeah.
Did you have a duster, though?
I don't even remember. No, I think it was a rag or something.
Okay, yeah, with the old school Pledge, and you had to spray it and wipe it. It wasn't
no, we didn't use that. It was just probably a washcloth. Was probably all I used. I don't know.
I remember
we didn't have Norwex cloths or anything like that.
No, nothing like that. My mom gave me an old T-shirt and that was cut up and said, "Here's some Pledge spray. Go dust everything in the house."
But I remember, a good example, like cleaning the bathroom. I'd be like, do. 30 seconds, boom, bathroom's clean, see ya. And my mom later would be like, "You did not clean the bathroom." I'm like, "I totally did clean the bathroom."
I still try to do that now, and Andrea catches me every single time.
Really?
She's like, "Did you do the floors?" Like, "Yeah, it's probably not as good as I should have."
I'm pretty good. If I'm cleaning something, I usually put 98% of my effort
most of
into
the
it.
time. There's other times where I'm just like, "Ugh, I really don't want to do this.
I just
today.
wouldn't do it
It's my
then.
day off from work. Like I just don't want to do it.
If that were the case with me, I just wouldn't do it. I'd be like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this.
Except I do that like 2 or 3 times before, and then I'm like, okay, it's been like a month. It needs to get done.
True. I was just thinking, what if you felt that way with like feeding your kid?
Never.
I'm just not gonna feed him. Oh, you don't want this food, kid? Okay,
Pretty sure.
keep crying.
I'm pretty sure someone would knock on my door and be
Yeah, I
like,
would
"Hey,
hope
we're here to
so.
take your kid."
Or what if like changing his diapers? You're just like, meh, I'm not gonna change his diaper. I'll just let my wife do it the next time she's around, which is like 8 hours later.
Hey, at least
You're like, meh. She
that's
would
easy to improve
scope-
on.
She would get you.
The first one I changed, man, I think I got more on me than he got in the diaper.
Is he still got like, well, he's 2 months old, so he's
Yeah.
probably just like little baby, gross infant, not even like baby poo, like the gross stuff. It's disgusting,
Well, yeah,
man. It's like throw up in it.
Yeah, for a while it was normal baby poop, but then we switched his formula. So he actually got constipated super bad, and he's down to like going once, maybe twice a day. But you could just see him straining and trying so hard, and when it would, he'd, have like a little poop. But it was like, it looked like a hockey puck or like or like something a goose would drop in like the park, but it was like hard, like a rock. So it was not normal at all. So we switched his formula back, and now he's been just unloading some monster, thick, sticky ones just
So
everywhere.
that's a good milestone is when he grows up enough to where when you do have to change his diaper, it's not completely disgusting. It's always going to be gross. You just get over it after a
Yeah.
while. But once it's just not the baby goo, oh my gosh.
it's
I remember
still-
like almost having to vomit so many times. Like, this is the most disgusting stuff ever.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, they're sticky and gross, but I got the first one after he was like, we changed his formula back, and man, he made me pay for giving him that other formula for a while. It was bad.
Well, at some point, then they'll get old enough. Like now that she's 2, doing the potty training. Like I said earlier, today's the first day she's wearing big girl underwear. She wore a pull up last week. Bang! She wanted to move to underwear this week. She's going on the potty. It's like boom, boom, boom. Sweet, no more diapers. This is the most awesome thing in the world. I can't wait till you catch up to your older sister. I don't have to worry about this potty crap anymore. So awesome. Diapers are so gross, man.
Yeah, well, it was funny because we were looking at, I think it was on Facebook. It was like a random post, and I sent it to Andrea, and it was actually like to potty train boys. It's like a urinal you can install in your bathroom. And they can just go into that. I was like, perfect.
That sounds cool.
This would be great.
I haven't had the opportunity to even look at anything like that because with my luck, I'll have 25 children.
Probably.
I will not have any boys.
Yeah, ours
But
is,
that's okay. I'm fine with that.
yeah, I don't know. Ours is, I mean, we fully expected to have all boys because it's all boys on both sides except one. I have one girl cousin.
Not on your wife's side.
No, but it's more.
Oh, and you're just talking your side of the family.
just our side. But then my brother and his wife had a girl,
Yep.
so we're like, oh, well, we fully expected them to have all boys too, and then we had a boy, so now we're like, hey, maybe it's either chance, it's not like, oh, we're just gonna have boys now.
I
We might
forgot.
have a girl.
We should have had your brother on here. Would he do something like this or no?
Maybe. I don't
I
know.
forgot. Maybe one time I forgot because his daughter is how old? 6
A
months?
little over 9 months.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Dang. Cool. But yeah, so you'll have 2. He'll have cousins on our side. He'll have a few cousins, but on that side, he'll just have the one so far.
So far.
Close in age. That's good.
Yeah. Not
Good
too far
stuff.
behind.
Man, why did we talk about diapers? That's disgusting. Boom.
It's not. I mean, it's not so bad. I thought that was another thing I thought was gonna be way worse. It was like, I mean,
Yeah.
even going through like, cause we did all the baby classes and all those things. Like, hey, let's practice putting a diaper on. I was horrible. I never changed diapers. If it was like your girls or Clay or whoever, Andrew did it or someone else did it. I
Yeah,
never did it.
for sure.
So we got to the hospital and they were like, well, he needs a diaper change. All right, let's give this a whirl and see how this goes.
What else just popped in my head is Shay potty training, and you get this little plastic potty.
Yep.
It's just like a mini toilet, and it's got this plastic insert, so they go in it, and you can pull the insert out and just dump it in the toilet or clean it or whatever. And I don't know where she obviously has seen us take it out to clean it after she goes, but she'll sit down, go pee or whatever, immediately stand up, just rip it out of there and like fling it into the toilet. But she's so good. It all gets in there. It was perfect. She
I thought you were going to say it threw it like all over the place.
No. Like every time she does it, I'm like, oh, there's going to be piss and poop all over the freaking place. Oh my gosh. Nope. Right in the toilet. No. She's just gotten lucky. Like the 5 times she's done it, she's gotten super lucky, I think.
That'll just be when Tucker comes over when you're trying to potty train him and you can't aim real well, so he's like spraying it all over your bathroom.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's hilarious that Shay was able to like empty out her own little potty, and
hey, there you go.
She's good stuff, man. Oh, so anything else that's surprising? Obviously, besides you thinking that your boy is so good. He's just so good. You have no problems at all.
Putting in car seats are way easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, car seats aren't that bad.
You know, when you look at them, I was like, man, this is going to be a nightmare with the seat belts having to go through. And it was like, no, your car has these little hooks. Click, click, pull, done.
Yeah, I think we had one car that didn't have hooks.
Oh,
and
man.
It was, I take it back. So there's the kind of hooks where, I think it was the car seat. We've always had the hooks, but some car seats have like the little like carabiner clip.
Yeah. Oh.
But then we had another kind that was something else that was kind of more of a pain that you had to clip, and I can't remember what.
Yeah, mine's like, it's got the 2 hooks, the little metal bars that come out your seat. It's just like the seatbelt looking straps. And you just click, click, and then you pull it.
Yeah.
And then it just tightens down.
That's the super easy one. Like right now, the one we have where they're like these little carabiner clips, and it can be a pain to get them in there and get them clipped. But yeah, like the little infant, like I don't even know what
they look like little seatbelt things, basically.
The convertible things, because you can take and you can take the little
you can just take the top part out and leave the bottom in there.
Yeah, those are nice and easy to put in.
And it has like a little level in it, so you don't got to worry. I was like, this is way easier. At least with my car. We took us like 25 minutes in a YouTube video to get it in Andrea's car. So.
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember spending quite a bit of time trying to figure that out, like the days before we gave birth the first time.
Yeah, I think we did it like a day or 2 before, and then had to go for the whatever test, and they were like, yeah, we're keeping you. We're like, man, good thing we put that in there.
Mm-hmm. That's nuts. Good stuff.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, I'm trying to think. Obviously, I'll have you on again. We'll get our other brother-in-law Andy in here.
Yep.
Maybe our father-in-law Marty. You know who is having another kid soon is our friend Scott.
Yes.
So we should
Scott.
Oh man, it might be too late because are they like due soon? I would imagine pretty soon.
Yeah, they weren't far behind us.
So it might be too late to get him on now. Oh, man, I should have thought about that. We should have had him on tonight.
Could have.
Oh, whatever. Because if he's going to have a kid in the next week or 2, then, it's sayonara, man, for like...
I don't know how many...
For probably 2 months.
Yeah, I don't know how many. I can see if I can check quick to see when they were due.
Yeah, it's all good.
I know they weren't very far behind us. That's for sure.
Okay. So, anyways, people listening, this will be up on iTunes. It'll be on my website, expectingdad.show, SHOW. Yeah, we're probably going to... I was talking about earlier how the first 10 episodes 4 years ago of this were like 2 to 3 hour long. I'm like, nah.
All your podcasts were just super long. The night before our wedding was like 3.5 hours
long. Right? That was, that
was like 6 of us.
Nuts. I'm sure I had to edit a lot out of that one, but that was good. But yeah, I'm thinking 45 minutes to an hour. Mm-hmm. Golden.
Perfect.
I think we're good. So, Jeff, any last words you want to say? Pretend that Tucker's going to see this or listen to this in like 10, 15 years. What would you want to say to him?
Oh, man, I don't even know. Like, hopefully your dad didn't embarrass you too bad.
Hopefully your dad didn't embarrass you too bad.
Yep.
Okay. Jeff, thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it.
It's been good stuff. Yep. Everybody, check you later. Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Expecting Dad. We'll check you later.